Today we're going to use commercial loan onboarding as an example to show how you can leverage the capabilities that you discussed earlier to create a fast, easy, frictionless customer experience. We begin the process by gathering some information, that's data, on your automation wheel. And in order to do that, the customer visits the Bankrite website, selects a loan, and enters some information in order to begin the application process. Now, Kofax provides all the tools you need to build these user interfaces with no code, and in addition, provides tools that help you augment this data immediately after it's submitted. So we can use tools like RPA and an integration with Salesforce to maximize the amount of information that's available to the business to make a decision while minimizing the amount of information a customer needs to input, improving their customer experience. Now, it's likely that in addition to some details that you'll need to upload a series of supporting documents to support your application, including some business records, IDs, etc. And we make that really simple. One of the key differentiators of the Kofax Intelligent Automation Platform is its capability to automatically understand these documents using AI-powered intelligent document processing. Now that we have the documents and data, the next step in the process is to begin automatically understanding that information. That's what we call insights. Now, it's worth noting that if all of the data lined up and it met our decision criteria, this loan could have been approved without any further human intervention and moved along the way. But that's not the case here in this process, as you can see from the information that we've surfaced here in Teams. Now, based on some insights that we've gleaned about this case, we've automatically assigned the case to a senior loan analyst at Bankrite. And that senior loan analyst has been notified in Teams that he's got some work to do. He's gotten a bit of information about the loan and the fact that we've determined that this is a high risk assessment. And he's also gotten some natural language summary of what's going on in the case by, hey, that's kind of cool, an integration with ChatGPT. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. But for now, we're going to take this task, get logged into the system, and be presented with all of the information that we need to begin making decisions about this case so that we can take action. Now, I told you we were going to talk a little bit more about this ChatGPT integration. And the first thing that I want to talk about is that AI isn't replacing the work that this risk analyst is doing. It's only making his job easier. And you can see how that happens here in our ChatGPT summary. So what we've done is we've actually taken all of the data that was submitted and the information that we've extracted off of the supporting documents that he provided, and we sent this information to ChatGPT so that it could give us a natural language summary of all of the risks related to this case. This makes it really easy for the analyst to quickly see and understand the data that we've gathered without having to look through all of those documents and information. So again, just makes his life easier. In addition to this natural language summary, we've also got details about what's going on with the loan, as well as a summary of documents that have been gathered and checks that have been completed. All of this information puts our analyst in a position to begin to take action. That's the next step on the wheel for those that are following along. So one of the more powerful capabilities of the Kofax Intelligent Automation Platform is its case management capability. That means that it can handle a process that isn't linear in nature and doesn't follow a prescribed path, just like a commercial loan. So based on the insights that I've gathered, I can now kick off additional action. For example, based on this risk, perhaps I want to launch a fraud investigation, or maybe we need to request additional information from the customer. Once these processes are kicked off, the Kofax platform can manage all of the activities associated with these processes, even automating the processes in full where they can be automated. You can see an example of the automation of this process when we take a look at the passport. And we've run now an additional fraud analysis against the passport, and we've identified that there is a high risk associated with this document. By clicking on the risk indicator, I can open up some results from one of our partners, Resistant AI, that has run a fraud analysis against this document and indicated that it's high risk because a face has clearly been inserted into this passport. Now, in a normal case, I would probably reject this loan because if I'm getting a fraudulent passport, it's probably a fraudulent application. But if I were to approve the loan, it's worth noting that Kofax has the capability to take all of the data that we've gathered and use it to create the appropriate documents that need to be signed for the loan, even managing an electronic signing ceremony, all of the communication with the customer, and when the process is final, taking all of that data and the documents and storing them in a system of record. So the next step in the process, if you remember the wheel, or the last step in our process, is the ability to learn. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can learn in the intelligent automation platform. One of those ways is by human-in-the-loop learning that takes the work that an operator does and applies that knowledge to enhance our AI models. And there's definitely the capability to do that inside of our platform. Another way that we can learn is through the embedded analytics engine. And you can see here that we have a series of reports that we've surfaced related to customer abandonment rates. This gives us the opportunity to see where customers are leaving our process and where we might be missing out on revenue opportunities. So we can take this information and we can use it to enhance our process to continuously improve. All right, so you've seen how we can help manage an end-to-end onboarding process, but this is still the AI amazing race. And so I would be remiss if I didn't spend a little bit of time putting on our design hats and showing you how easy it can be to build an AI model that understands documents without knowing anything about data science. Now, when you're building an AI model, you have to train that model. And the way that we train this model is by giving it sample documents to learn from. So we're going to grab some sample documents and we're going to upload them. Now, one of the really cool things about the way that we build this model is that the tool's giving us constant feedback. So it's checking to make sure that these documents are of sufficient quality to be used in an AI training sample. And you can see that by the green indicator on the document here. Now that we have some samples to train, we're going to label them. Labeling, by the way, is just a fancy data scientist term for giving these documents a name. So these are utility bills. So now we've got our samples, we've labeled them, and we're going to train our AI model. So once this model is trained, we'll get some immediate feedback about the quality of our model. And we've now begun to build an AI model that can identify utility bills as a document type. Now, once we've determined how to identify these documents, the next step is to teach the system how to extract data from these documents. And that's really easy to do as well. All we need to do is select the data that we're interested in, and again, label these data points. So we're going to give this a label of bill date and click save. Now, as soon as I label this, the system is beginning to train the AI model automatically, and it's applying that training to the additional documents that are here in our document set. So you can see for this document, it's actually identified the information that we want to grab already. And all I need to do to complete the training is just confirm that this is the information that, that we wanted to extract. Finally, there is one other type of training that we might do here. So we have a document that is way different than the other forms that we've seen. And so the AI model hasn't picked this up yet. So we're going to apply a little additional training, selecting the data that we want. We train it slightly differently here, or we label it slightly differently here with an existing field of build date. I click save, and now in a matter of moments, we've built an AI model to be able to understand what a utility bill is and extract some key information off of that utility bill. So congratulations, you're all now data scientists. You can put it on your resume, go get your promotion. You guys are welcome. No, but in all seriousness, and joking aside, you've seen how easy it can be to build this AI model in a matter of clicks, in a few moments, to be able to understand documents. And I think that's really, really powerful. So in just a few minutes, we've showed you how a commercial loan onboarding process, or any process for that matter, can be executed like tomorrow. We built an AI model to understand documents in minutes, showed you how we can easily integrate with system of engagement like Teams and other applications like ChatGPT to make the process accessible and more efficient, and showed you how we connect people with robots to provide the right info at the right place at the right time to make the right decisions. All of which helps you complete your business process in less time with fewer errors, greater efficiency, and better customer experiences.